and my name is Hila, and welcome to Hila's English Country again. And English book to read today is Magic Treehouse Story, Tester on Tuesday story, and we can at the start of chapter 5, and the end of reading at chapter 6. Okay, and these book and these stories are same as this book and this story, but the stories are not very same. And the name of the story is Hour of the Olympic Story. And it's named at the starting of the chapters and the end of the chapters of this book and this story, okay? And now, order for these two books and two stories and meet some lots of characters. And now here we go. And first you can read Magic Treehouse, Twister on Tuesday, Chapter 5, Bully. The air outside was strangely still. The dark clouds still hovered in the distance. "Storm is coming," said Will. "We have to eat quickly before it starts to rain," said Kate. She and Will sat down on the grass. Annie and Jack sat beside them. Will opened a small ball-up sack. He took four lumpy objects. They looked at the dark rocks. "Hey, there's snow here for each of us," said Kate. "One what?" said Annie, farming. "3 potatoes," said Will. "We have a potato each to Kate, Annie, and Jack." "No thanks," said Jack, trying to give us back. "We don't want to take your lunch. We have enough. Keep it," said Kate. "What do you eat with it?" said Annie, holding up her potato. Kate laughed. "Just bite," she said, "like this." Kate and Will bite into the cold sweet potatoes as if they were apples. "Cool," said Annie. She took a big bite out of her potato too, but Jack just held on these. He didn't quite feel eating the cold brown potato. Out of a corner of an eye, he saw Jack sitting by himself. And the big kid didn't seem to have any lunch at all, and Jack thought he'd try to be friends one more time. "Hey, Jack," he called out, "I'm not hungry. You want my sweet potato?" And Jack gave Jack a mean look. "I could have brought my own lunch if I want to eat it," she said. "Oh, sure," said Jack. Jack rolled his eyes. "You make fun again," he said. "I'm warning you. Do that one more time, I will fight you." And Jack couldn't believe it. These kids took everything he said the wrong way. "Hey," Annie said, "leave my brother alone. You're nothing but a bully, Jack." And Annie, "Stay out of these," said Jack, but Jack just laughed. And then he stood up and walked back to the schoolhouse, and Jack felt angry. He hoped they could find a special writing soon they could leave, and will seem to have read Jack's mind. "Don't worry about him," Will said to Jack. "He's never been to school before." "Oh, so impressed," said Annie. "Why hasn't he been to school?" said Jack. "Because he was working in the fields all the time," said Will. "And I heard him tell Miss Needy he walked 5 miles to get here today," Kate said. "So he must have really wanted to come." "Wow," said Annie. "How far did you and walk?" "Oh, only 2, said Kate. 2 what?" said Annie. "Miles," said Kate. 2 miles, Kate repeated, and the parents' kids nodded. "It must be lonely living out here," Annie said. Will and Kate nodded again. "Do you live in a salt house?" Jack said. "We used to," said Will, "but it always dirty so Grandpa built in a long cabin. He cut the trees near the creek, said Kate. And then he made a cabin by his hand. And before Annie or Jack could ask another question, thunder crackled in the sky, then rain started to flow, and it felt fast and hard. Everyone jumped up. Come in, Mrs. Needy called from a doorway, and they ran back inside. The wind clapped the door behind them with a bang. Chapter 6, Grasshopper Attic. And remember, we started with the chapter 6 and then I'm reading like chapter 7, okay? I think Jack bully, and he said, so Jack are very angry. Jack are being kind, so Jack want to be Jack's friend. But Jack didn't be nice to Jack. I think Jack is too big for the school. And now the Anna reading this chapter 5 story, and tomorrow we read and started at chapter 6, okay? And now one more time the reading about it is Magic Treehouse Hour of the Olympics. Chapter 5, Huggies. This is the very best first day of the games, Plato told Jack. The day of a chariot race. Oh wow, whispered Jack. He couldn't believe he was going to see a chariot race. A modern Olympic Games didn't have a chariot races. They walked to the racetrack. Plato pointed to a large building near a road. That is the basement, he said. It is our latest train. The practice running and throwing a javelin disc. We have a basement in a school in a Frog Creek, said Jack. We called it a gym. People over a word copy us Greeks, Plato said. Wait, said Jack. I have to take the notes for Annie. And he put out of a notebook and wrote, Ancient Greeks and modern gyms. Okay, we can go, said Jack. He tucked his notebook under his arm, and they moved along, and Plato pointed to a beautiful tree nearby. The olive trees are a scared tree, he said. The winner of the games will near grounds made from branches. Oh, wow, said Jack, and he wrote, Olive tree scared. And next, they passed a beautiful statue of a winged lady. Who is that? Said Jack. She's like a goodness of a victory, said Plato. Jack quickly nodded. Like is a goodness of a victory. Like is important of the games, said Plato. But the most important Olympic god is in here. And he took Jack into a brick building in a huge commons. They stepped out the door. It was a temple. Jack gasped. In the front of them blew a biggest statue I'd ever seen. Oh yeah, this people are like this, and the statue is like this. Wow, it's the biggest statue I've ever seen too. And the statue was last 2 stories high. It was a bearded man sitting in the throne. This is the temple of Zeus. That was a statue of Zeus himself, said Plato. The Olympic Games are played in an honor, and it was a good Greeks, gods, and goodnesses. Oh man, whispered Jack. Yesterday all the elders come here, said Plato. They saw a Zeus that they had trained from their months. And they promised to Avi rules of the games, a statue of mighty Greeks. God stared down at Jack, and Jack felt very small. Hi, Zeus, he said, and his voice was very small too, because the statue is very ginormous and big. And suddenly a trumpet sounds come outside. It's the hour has come, said Plato. We must hurry, the Olympic parade begins. Now, we need to go to a parade and see the parade tomorrow, okay? And now chapter 6, Mystery Man will be started at tomorrow. We can start it at chapter 6 and read a chapter 6 story, okay? And the end of reading in chapter 7, these two stories. Well, the end of reading at chapter 7 and start at chapter 6, okay? And now, thank you for coming to my YouTube. And you didn't have fun, here's English country. Come back with some this book and this story. I mean, not this story because it's not on the same chapter every day. So, we will see some new characters and new stories to read, okay? But same book, okay? And now, thank you for coming to my YouTube. And please thumbs up my YouTube. And now, thank you for thumbs up my YouTube. And bye for now. Have a nice day.